Hey everybody, you're camped out with Sensei Dave. We're out here on another adventure. It's middle of April. It's about 55 degrees. It's supposed to get cold tonight. It's going to get down to about 36 tonight, so hopefully we'll have a good fire going on. We are on the northwest side of Cincinnati. We're over at a campground by Miami of Ohio University. So there's a few people here, but it's pretty empty. Very good spot. I got my friend Steve with me. I'm not sure if he's camera shy, but we'll see through the video. Say hi, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
So yeah, we're here. This is going to be our campsite, and as usual, we've got some good food we're going to cook up, have a good fire, and we even have another little tiny surprise for everybody, and you'll see that in a few minutes. Glad you guys could make it out with us. Let's get unpacked. Alright, it's time to set up camp. This is basically the same setup that we did last time, about a month ago when we did the other car camping trip. So I'm just going to set it up exactly like that. And as you guys probably know, or as you can see, Belle didn't come with us on this trip. And the reason why is because it's supposed to get down to just about freezing tonight. And she's a short-haired dog, so I was kind of looking out for her. Because you saw last time, in the middle of the night, she snuck into bed with me and got into my sleeping bag, so I just figured with it going down to freezing that it would probably be a little too cold for her tonight. But she'll be on some of the next adventures though. last time. Got the foam. And the thermarest. And just like last time, if you have a down sleeping bag, you've got to get it out so it fluffs back up. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, we got our tent and the sleeping bag and the cot all set up. We've got our fire ready to get started. We've got our kindling and all that stuff. We've got our food ready to go. We're gonna get that started here in about an hour. I feel like we deserve a shot.
I think so.
And as my friend Steve likes to call it,
why not?
A why not shot. Woo!
Smooth.
Smooth. That's a little Woodford Reserve. And I guess I chase it down with
yep. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Coors Light. All right, it's time to build the fire because for dinner we are going to cook a couple things on the Coleman stove, but we're also going to use the fire to cook some stuff on too. So this time I thought I would do it a little bit different. I still have the ferro rod and stuff, but I thought I'd try something different. So in this old used medicine bottle, I have cotton balls. So what I like to do with those is I have 3. One that I kind of just fluff out, and this is what's going to take our spark. And then I've got Vaseline or petroleum jelly, and then you just put a big daub on that. And then squish your 2 together. And then put that on top of your little nest. Then you can come back with the ferro rod. And then there it goes. And the cotton balls take a flame very good, but then the Vaseline will help keep the flame. All right, I'm already hearing the snap, crackle, pop. But and you can do the same thing with dryer lint. So if you don't have cotton balls, you can take all that lint that you get from washing and drying your clothes and then just put it into, you know, an old medicine bottle, and then that way it keeps it nice and dry. Alright, so that should be catching with the sticks. go. And then just start building it up with the bigger wood. All right, as you can see, our fire's going pretty good now. So we're just gonna let that flame over and then let it subside and let it be coals, and that way we can take the grill, put it over, and then make our dinner. And as you can see, we've got our Coleman stove ready to go. We're gonna get the pots and pans. We're gonna do a little Mexican tonight. I was thinking some chips and salsa. We're gonna make some refried beans, some Mexi rice, and then we're gonna do chicken quesadillas. So, all right, it's time to cut our veggies. We got onion, red pepper, and green pepper, and we are going to use them for tonight's dinner and as well as tomorrow's breakfast. So let's get cutting. And we used to have to prep this kind of stuff all the time. But yeah, green peppers, we got red peppers. Get these all diced. All right, we got these diced, and then we'll get them into Ziploc bag, and then we will start with the next one. Everybody loves the sweet red pepper. So for tonight, we're making those chicken quesadillas. These will go on, and we'll sprinkle a little bit of that on there. And then tomorrow we're going to make a potato, sausage, scrambled eggs, cheese, kind of like goulash, and all the rest of this will go onto that. All right, we'll get these in a baggie too, and we'll move on to the onion. All right, now it's time for the onion. I will say this, onions scare me. Because when I did work in the kitchen, everybody who ever got cut in the kitchen with the knives, it was always cutting the onions. Because of, you know, they're not as pliable as everything else, but they definitely scare me a little bit. But I think the trick is just having a good sharp knife, and then keeping the, you know, you don't want to do you don't want to do this. You want to keep the fingers out of the blade, yeah. And I know everybody's got their own cutting style, but this one works for me because guess what? My fingers are never at the business end.
Still have all 5 of them.
What? I also think the other trick with onions is never force it. All right, we'll get those in the bag and then we'll be all ready for our next, we got our coals over there, and now we're going to start with our rice. And we also have refried beans, but with the rice, we need a little bit of butter and all of that water. So we'll get that stirring, and while we got that stirring, we will get our refried beans going. And as you can see, We got our 3 veggies right there. Alright, so the rice and the beans, we got them on the Coleman stove. And I usually find it best to add just a little bit of water to the refried beans to thin it out when cooking. And just give that a good stir. Definitely, you can see how the water thins it out really good. Alright, we'll let these cook and then we'll be right back, and then we'll do our chicken and our quesadillas. Alright, we also have our chicken to season, so I just use the fajita season mix, and then I've got the canned chicken, so you can kind of just throw that, and we can throw this on the fire and cook it and then season it, and then we'll just drain it. You know what, we can get this cooking first, and then we'll season it here in a minute. But we can do this over the fire. Alright, so we got the rice cooking, the beans cooking, we got the chicken cooking, and then as soon as we're done with all that, then we'll get the quesadillas on, and then we'll be eating. Alright, let's get some seasoning on there. Well, wouldn't you know, this stuff doesn't want to.
It's adult proof, huh?
It is adult proof. Not anymore. Alright, let me get that off there. Ooh, that's hot.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good. Get the fajita seasoning going. Get that nice and stirred in. That smells good.
Sure does.
Alright, time to make the quesadillas. Alright, now time to make the quesadillas. So we'll just put a little bit of olive oil in our pan. Get that going. And just enough to coat. get that on there. And got a little bit of mixed cheese. I'm going to put a little bit of onion on it. A little bit of red and green pepper. We'll let that. All right, cheese is melting, so we can add our chicken. Just kind of spread that around.
It smells good.
Man, that looks good. All right, let's see how it looks. Okay, we'll let it go for just a little bit longer, and then we'll get it flipped.
That's all you.
Ah, perfect. All right.
Oh, yeah. Don't lose it.
There we go. All right. A little bit of our refried beans. A little bit of our Mexi rice. And then some chips and salsa. Oh man. Oh man.
Take a bite of that quesadilla.
Oh man. That is so good. All right. It's time to get our grub on. We've got our plates. We've got our nachos and salsa, and we've got our quesadillas. We've got our refried beans. We've got our Mexi rice. And it's time to chow down.
Looks really good.
Oh yeah. This is good. All right, so like I said to everybody, we had a little surprise for you, and we just thought we'd play a little guitar for you. So hope you guys like it. 2, 3, 4. Alright, I hope you guys liked it. Alright, we are done with tonight, and it's time to go to bed. So, man, it got cold. I want to say it's like 36 degrees right now. So, good thing we got some good warm sleeping bags. But we will see you guys in the morning. Night. Alright, good morning. We slept good. Got down about 35 last night. Got pretty cold, but we were pretty warm in the tent. We have good sleeping bags. So we kept getting visited last night by a family of raccoons. Trying to get a free meal, I guess. But yeah, let's wake up and get some breakfast made. Alright, so boiled some water for coffee. I don't know if you have seen this, but it is definitely one of my favorites. They make coffee in basically like a tea bag, so it's not instant coffee. It's just like having fresh brewed coffee. So, and it's easy. You don't need any special, French press or anything like that. You just boil your water. And just like tea, you just let it sit for a couple minutes. Alright, so we're going to make like a breakfast skillet. So we're going to first do some sausage, but instead of doing like links, I'm just going to cut it up. Make it easier to cook. And we're going to make a breakfast skillet burritos. Alright, so we got our sausage, our cast iron skillet, get a little butter in there. That'll take a minute while we're doing that. So we'll put some potatoes in there. So potatoes take a long time to cook, so you can always buy a can of sliced potatoes, and they'll cook way quicker. Alright, so the potatoes are already sliced, but I'm just gonna cut them down a little bit more, make them cook quicker, and when we put them in our burritos, they won't be so large and chunky. Alright, our sausage is cooking good. let's add some peppers. And some onion. This is really starting to smell good. Alright, so you can see everything is looking good in there. Everything's caramelizing and
Smells fantastic.
looking good. And we'll just add our eggs. And we gotta thank my beautiful wife at home. She helps me prep and figure out what we want to cook and stuff, and she kind of helps me with recipes and stuff. And so thank you at home. All right, so we are done, and let's get our shells. And we got some cheese left over from last night, so we're gonna get our breakfast burritos on. All right, have our breakfast burritos. Time to add a little cheese. Oh yeah. Got the coffee. Oh man, that's good. Perfect. Very good. All right, so breakfast was really good. We got some coffee, some breakfast burritos. Fire is dwindling out, so I guess now it's time to break camp and clean up. All right, well, you can see we've got most of the camp broke down. The only thing that's left to do is make sure the fire's out. Actually feels like a sauna. Alright, so we're gonna put some more water on this and get this out all the way. We definitely picked up a little bit of trash here and there. It was actually remarkably pretty clean, because I feel like every time we go somewhere, there's always trash left behind, but this was pretty clean park. So I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with Camped Out with Cincy Dave. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like and subscribe, and leave a comment if there's anything that you want to see in the video, or any trips you want to see me go to. So, all right, thank you.